What I am about to reveal has been hidden for 3,000 years in the most secret chambers of the Torah, and when you discover this, every bad day of your life will be instantly transformed. I am a rabbi, a billionaire, and I've spent decades studying the hidden codes our ancestors kept. But what I'm going to share today, it changed everything for me. It changed everything for hundreds of people who were on the verge of collapse, and it will change everything for you too. There is a secret formula in the Torah. It's not magic. It's not superstition. It's an ancient spiritual technology that great mystics use to reverse chaos, pain, loss, instantly. Are you living through the worst days of your life? Do you feel like everything is falling apart? Your marriage, your finances, your health, your children? What I'm about to reveal may seem impossible, but I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen broken men become prosperous. I've seen desperate women find peace. I've seen shattered families reconcile in days. And it all began with a formula hidden in Psalm 91, a sequence, a code, a key that opens the gates of heaven. Even when hell is knocking at your door, stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you're going to learn something that will change everything. Before we continue, let me ask you something that will go straight to your heart. What is the darkest day you are experiencing right now? Is it the fear of losing everything? Is it the loneliness that devours you from the inside? Is it the feeling that God has abandoned you? Think about it, feel it, because the answer you're looking for is closer than you think. If you want to receive more ancient wisdom that transforms lives, subscribe now and activate the notification bell. You are part of a sacred community that seeks the light even in the darkness. Let's walk together. 3,000 years ago, King David was surrounded by enemies, treachery, war, fear. His own sons turned against him. He didn't have a large enough army, he had no strategy, he had no human hope. But he had something more powerful. He climbed to the top of a mountain in Jerusalem and whispered the words of Psalm 91, not just once. He repeated them in a specific sequence, a formula that Kabbalists call Shem HaMeforash, the hidden name of God that reverses curses. And that same night, something changed. His enemies began fighting amongst themselves. His allies returned. His finances were restored. His kingdom was saved. It was no coincidence. It was the activation of a spiritual technology that is written in the Torah. And that same formula is available to you today. In the ancient scriptures, it is written, Yoshef Beseter Elyon, Batzel Shaddai Yitlonan. He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. This is not just a verse, it's a portal, a key, a reversal code. The Torah teaches us something that most people have never understood. Time is a spiritual illusion. When you activate the sacred name of God correctly, you are not asking God to change things slowly. You are opening a crack in the spiritual fabric of the universe. You are allowing the light of Ein Sof, the infinite light, to penetrate your reality and revert everything that is wrong. Bad days are not permanent. They are energies, and all energy can be transmuted. The Torah calls this tikkun, the correction. But it's not an ordinary correction. It's instantaneous, it's powerful, it's divine. The ancient rabbis knew this. They used this formula in moments of total collapse, and always, they saw the reversal. In Kabbalah, there are 3 doors, what you need to open to reverse bad days. Gate 1, Kavanah, pure intention. You cannot recite the words mechanically. Each syllable must carry your pain, your plea, your total surrender. When you say Yoshef Beseter Elyon, you are saying, I choose to dwell in the shelter of God, not in my pain. Door 2. Emunah, absolute faith. You need to believe, not with your mind but with your soul, that the reversal has already happened. In the spiritual realm, the future and the past coexist. Your victory already exists. You just need to align it with your physical reality. Gate 3. Tzedakah, holy action. Energy doesn't flow without movement. You need to give something. It could be money, it could be kindness, it could be forgiveness. When you give, you open a channel to receive, and the reverse happens. Here's something that few people know. Psalm 91 has 16 verses, and the number 16 in Hebrew gematria is equivalent to the word touch, which means good. Are you seeing divine mathematics? When you recite Psalm 91 correctly, you are literally invoking the energy of good to replace bad. It's a spiritual equation. It's sacred science. Furthermore, the psalm begins with the letter Yod, the smallest letter of the Hebrew alphabet, but the most powerful. It represents the divine spark, the origin of all creation. When you begin with Yod, you are saying to the universe, I invoke the power of creation to recreate my life. Here's what you're going to do today, not tomorrow, today. Step 1. Find a quiet place. It could be your room, it could be a park, it could be a bathroom. It doesn't matter. What matters is the intention. Step 2. Place your hand on your heart. Feel its beat. Take 3 deep breaths. Each breath is a release of fear. Step 3. Recite Psalm 91 aloud, or silently if you cannot speak, but each word needs to be felt. Each word is a bomb of light destroying the darkness. Step 4. After reciting, say this prayer in Hebrew, or in Portuguese. God understands all languages. Ribono shel olam, ha-keloti batzilcha, ha-foch yamim raim liamim tovim. Amen. Master of the universe, hide me in your shadow, transform bad days into good days. Amen. Step 5. Take action. Give something. Help someone. Forgive someone. Break the cycle of stagnation with a sacred act. Mystics have discovered something profound. When you repeat this formula for 40 consecutive days, you're not just praying. You're reprogramming your soul. You're breaking karmic patterns from generations past. Why 40? Because Moses spent 40 days on Mount Sinai. The people of Israel wandered in the desert for 40 years. Jesus fasted for 40 days. The number 40 is the number of total transformation. So if you want the reversal to be permanent, commit. 40 days, no skipping, no excuses, and watch the miracle happen. The man on the verge of suicide. I met a man named David. He was 47 years old. He lost his business. He lost his house. His wife left him. His children no longer spoke to him. He was on a bridge, ready to jump. But something made him stop. An inner voice, a memory of his grandmother reciting Psalm 91. He climbed down from the bridge. He went home. And he began reciting the formula every day. Not because I believed it, but because I had nothing left to lose. 7 days later, a former partner called him. An opportunity, an investment, something that seemed impossible. 40 days later, David had rebuilt his business. He was making a profit again. His wife returned. His children embraced him. Today, David is 52 years old. He's a millionaire. And every morning, before anything else, he recites the formula. Because he knows that the reversal isn't luck, it's spiritual technology. The woman with terminal cancer. There was a woman named Sarah. Breast cancer, stage 4. The doctors gave her 3 months to live. She was spiritual but had never delved deeply into the scriptures until a friend sent her Psalm 91, and something inside her awakened. Sarah began reciting the formula 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and night. She didn't just recite it, she visualized it. She saw divine light penetrating every cell of her body. She saw the cancer dissolving. She saw life returning. 3 weeks later, she had new tests. The doctors were shocked. The tumor had shrunk by 60%. 2 months later, the cancer was in remission. Today, Sarah is 63 years old. She is alive. She is vibrant. And she says, I wasn't healed by accident. I activated divine reversal. The family destroyed by poverty. A family in Brazil. 5 children. No food. No money to pay rent. The father worked 16 hours a day, but it was never enough. The mother, in despair, fell to her knees. She didn't know much about the Torah, but she knew about God, and she cried out, God, if you are real, prove it now. That night she dreamed of a rabbi who gave her a book, and in the book was written Psalm 91. She woke up, she did some research, and she began reciting with her whole family, every day, out loud, with desperate faith. A week later, the husband received a job offer. Salary tripled. 2 months later, the family bought their own house. Today, they are prosperous, and every Friday night, they gather their children and recite Psalm 91 together, because they know the turnaround is real. What if I don't know Hebrew? You don't need to know Hebrew. God is not limited by languages. He understands the heart. Recite in Portuguese, in Spanish, in English, in whatever language you speak. But if you want to amplify the power, learn some keywords in Hebrew. Because Hebrew letters carry unique spiritual frequencies. They are like keys that unlock celestial doors. What if I fail? What if nothing happens? Let me be blunt. Failure happens when you give up, not when you try and don't see immediate results. Spiritual reversal works in layers. Sometimes you don't see the external change immediately. But internally, something is moving. The darkness is being broken. The light is penetrating. Trust the process. Commit to the 40 days and observe. What if I'm not spiritual enough? That's a lie your opponent plants in your mind. You don't need to be a rabbi. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need decades of study. You only need one thing: sincere surrender. When you approach God with a broken heart, He doesn't reject you. He embraces you, and the outcome is reversed. Here's something only the most advanced mystics know. When you recite Psalm 91, there is a specific time of day where the reversal is most powerful, the sunrise. Why? Because dawn is when light overcomes darkness. It's a moment of cosmic transition. And when you align your prayer with that moment, you are riding a spiritual wave. Kabbalists call this Amud Hashachar, the pillar of dawn. So, if you can, wake up 10 minutes before sunrise, face east, and recite the formula as the light begins to appear. This is not mandatory, but it is an enhancer. Furthermore, there is an advanced visualization. While you recite, imagine that you are enveloped by golden wings. These are the wings of the Most High mentioned in Psalm 91. Feel them protecting you, lifting you up, transforming you. When you combine sacred words plus visualization plus divine timing, the reversal isn't just instantaneous, it's explosive. Here is your challenge. For the next 30 days, you will recite Psalm 91 every day, at least once a day. But don't stop there. Days 1 to 10, recite with pure intention, feel each word. Days 11 to 20, recite and act, donate something, help someone, forgive someone. Days 21 to 30, recite and visualize. See your life transformed, see the bad days dissolving, see divine light flooding everything. And on the 30th, write in the comments, I completed the reversal challenge, because when you declare it, you solidify it, and the reversal becomes permanent. My dear friend, listen to me carefully. You didn't arrive here by chance. You were guided by angels, by the light, by God Himself, and now you hold in your hands something that has changed kingdoms, saved lives, and transformed generations. I see you. I see your struggle. I see your pain. I see the nights you cried. I see the days you wanted to give up. But I also see your future. And it is bright. It is prosperous. It is blessed. So receive my blessing now. May the Eternal embrace you with His wings of light. May every bad day be transformed into a day of miracles. May the gates of heaven open upon you. May wealth, health, peace, and love fill your life. May your children be blessed. May your home be a sanctuary of prosperity. May you never again fear, never again doubt, never again suffer alone. And may the secret formula of the Torah be activated in your life now, instantly, permanently. Amen, amen, amen. Shalom.